Welcome back to the Clutch Knockout. What we're going to be talking about today is Jake Paul versus Jorge Masvidal. Now, Jake Paul is calling out everybody. Who knows if this is a publicity stunt or if this is for real. He's calling out Jorge Masvidal now. And I think he's being for real. I think he wants this fight because Jorge Masvidal has a good fan base, good story. Everybody knows he's from the street fighting. He's down for anything, pretty much. MMA star, brings a lot of butts in the seats. So I think Jake Paul really wants this fight. It's a big money fight. I think he goes for moments, for things that'll get attention, so he can fight. And I'm pretty sure he has a lot more confidence in himself after beating Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. But both of those fighters are not stand-up fighters, so those were very smart choices for Jake Paul to make, to pick people that like to wrestle a little bit more, that are not good with they're good with their hands, but they're not, elite with their hands. So I thought Tyron would probably win, but Tyron disappointed me. Floyd Mayweather said he was training him. That's another thing why I don't believe in this, when people say, oh, this person is training me, just like Andre Ward and Plant versus Canelo. Andre Ward could train Plant as much as he wants, just like Mayweather trained Tyron Woodley, but that doesn't mean it's going to translate when they step in that ring. I think you need a good amount of time to train before it actually applies. You can't just do it within a couple months. It's not really gonna work. You're mostly probably gonna fight the same. Now, will this fight actually happen? Who knows? Will Dana White let it happen? I know Dana White's all about that money. It took him forever to let the Conor McGregor and the Mayweather fight. That had like a lot of build-up, a lot of big money implications. That was probably one of the biggest fights in the last couple of years when they fought. So I could see why Dana would let that go because of the big money opportunity, and Conor still wanted to come back to the UFC. Will Jorge want to do that if he gets such a big paycheck with Jake Paul? I don't know. I think he would still want to fight. He's a fighter. That's what he does. He probably has money now, but everybody could always use more. I don't think Dana White will let this happen, just because Mayweather was a serious fighter. He just brought a lot more to the table, a lot more money. This is not a lot to Dana. It might be a good paycheck for Jorge. It might be a good paycheck for Jake Paul, but I don't think this fight will end up happening, just because I don't think Dana will approve it. But if it did happen, or let's first discuss, does Masvidal want the fight? I think Masvidal would want the fight because he's a fighter. He's like a backyard type fighter. He's ready. He's game for anything, especially against Jake Paul. I saw a video of him talking about Jake Paul and how Justin Gaethje would break his jaw and real fighters like himself would break his jaw. That's probably what Jake Paul saw as well and was like, oh, okay, you think you could break my jaw? Let's fight. Let's see. Jake Paul is the bigger guy, but my money would definitely go on Jorge Masvidal if that fight went down. Like, I would be looking for him to redeem himself against Jake Paul. Now, could it happen? I don't know, because he let Kamaru Usman knock him out, But people get lucky all the time. People get lucky all the time. So I don't think, it's a predictor. He might have had a bad night. So I don't think it's a predictor of what will happen. But my money would go on Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal is a better stand-up fighter. He has more knowledge. And if you give him boxing gloves where he doesn't have to worry about takedown, he doesn't have to worry about kicks, he doesn't have to worry about MMA stuff as much, and he just boxes, I think he'll fight even better because Jorge Masvidal is purely well, not purely, but mostly a stand-up fighter. You know, that's what he does. So I hope Dana does approve this fight. I hope Masvidal wants it. And I hope that Jake Paul keeps talking, because this one will be actually interesting. This fight would get a lot more attention, a lot more respect, and my money would go on Masvidal. All right, guys, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think the fight will go down? Do you think Jake Paul would win this again? He seems like he's going undefeated. He wants to be the next Floyd Mayweather, fighting, all type of people, going undefeated. Who knows? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.